Let's keep things weird with 10 more creepy videos of scary stuff caught on camera while exploring some of the strangest and most haunted abandoned places in the world. Number 10. A ghost hunter named Nathan goes exploring a house that has been abandoned for years in his neighborhood. And after this paranormal encounter, he thinks he knows why it's been left on the market for so long. In a small room upstairs, they find a single bare bulb that's been turned on recently, as if waiting for someone to come wandering in. And that's when the paranormal investigation quickly goes wrong.
Wait, is this really a closet door? That's
modern.
Yeah, that's the demon's silk right there. That's red crap. Alright. Let's check out this one then. Oh my god!
They joke about a demon, and at 5 minutes and 18 seconds, the camera blurs when they part the curtains, almost as if an unseen figure walks past, followed by a slamming door. They get to their car, but soon realized they dropped their keys while running away and need to go back. That's when more strange activity is caught on camera. He recovers his keys only to hear a loud crash, followed by 2 tapping sounds coming from the room they were just exploring upstairs. Nathan is absolutely convinced a ghost was about to come down if they waited much longer, but already panicking, he felt like he'd seen enough and runs out screaming of the abandoned house for a second and final time, never to return. Number 9.
Not so good. Not so good at all.
A YouTuber named the Tim Tracker claims to have caught real ghost activity on camera, specifically something paranormal exploring the living room of his supposedly haunted house.
You guys see that window over there just like moving back and forth? Is that a ghost?
The ghost seems to communicate with him through a decorative window hanging on the wall, which he suspects could be some kind of portal to the other side based on this strange paranormal activity.
What is that?
A dark object, almost like a hand, beckons him in the window, followed by a solid black ghost orb. He could simply be throwing things across the window and acting like the reflection is a ghost, but that still doesn't explain how the window continues to move on its own for quite some time, which is spooky to think about. Number 8. A ghost hunting channel called Deep Woods Paranormal Team Texas goes exploring a spooky hotel called the Normandy Inn. This haunted place is known for frequent ghost sightings, at least according to numerous scared guests who were looking for a place to rest their heads and got scared wide awake instead. The manager shows them around and describes how a gas furnace on the 2nd floor once blew the roof to smithereens. Someone was standing in front of the furnace, a woman, and she didn't survive. Her ghost is said to be seen in the window ever since. As the property owner tells the paranormal ghost story, one of the investigators thinks he sees strange movements out the corner of his eye.
I mean, it looks like just like the day it was done.
So I think I just saw an apparition straight ahead of me. Just look back for that on the camera.
No such ghost sighting is caught on video, but later at night, they definitely encounter something strange while examining the same haunted hallway.
They're trying to talk. I don't know if they're upset they're leaving. Okay, they're doing a quick thermal sweep upstairs, and then we're going to take off here.
The rest of his paranormal crew are busy investigating upstairs when a heavy door mysteriously opens and closes by itself. No one else is in the hallway with him. No one except perhaps the ghost of the woman who stood too close to the furnace on that fateful day. Number 7. A YouTuber named Lambert's Life goes ghost hunting in an abandoned house at night, and the unexplained things he's caught on video while exploring this haunted house are weird and freak him out.
That's a creepy chandelier. I think it's moving. Is it moving? Do you not see that moving?
It doesn't seem like it's swinging.
I swear it moved.
He swears the chandelier is gently swaying up ahead, but at the same time, even he agrees the movement is nearly imperceptible. He goes exploring down a hallway, and his growing dread builds when another strange light is caught on camera, doing the same weird thing, barely moving at all.
Yeah, you can't tell me that that is not creepy. That is creepy as hell.
He thinks he's slowly going out of his mind because even his fellow paranormal investigator doesn't see anything strange regarding the lights, but he knows something mysterious is wrong with them. It isn't until they return to the first room that he's finally proven right, much to his absolute horror.
Are you kidding me? This thing is moving, man. Look at that. I gotta get out of here. It's actually moving. Look at that, man.
The chandelier is now definitely moving, though whether a ghost moved it or Lambert did is anyone's guess. All I know is that it would be really creepy to witness, and I don't blame him for getting out of that abandoned house fast after seeing such strange activity unfold before his very eyes. Number 6. A YouTube channel called Disturbed Paranormal is exploring an abandoned building deep in the woods where an old man once lived. The place has since fallen into a state of disrepair since his passing, and his ghost is thought to haunt the abandoned place. The house is full of old belongings, which could be a contributing factor as to why the place is so haunted, because after all, ghosts love hanging around all of their favorite items. As the paranormal investigators gather around the person's most cherished item, a piano, some really strange activity is caught on camera. Creepy stuff that they cannot explain.
Madness. What's madness? Stop the piano.
The piano, which is out of this investigator's reach, suddenly plays 3 distinct notes on its own at 18 minutes and 23 seconds.
Madness.
It's not her playing the piano, because when she turns around with a shocked reaction, you can see she's holding a piece of ghost hunting equipment in her hand. To them, it really does seem like they were asking for this ghost to respond, and it did through playing its favorite instrument. Number 5. A pale, mysterious humanoid creature was caught on a motorcycle dash cam alongside the road in Jharkhand, in India, in May of 2021. The tall, skinny figure does not respond to their words, only turning to look at them blankly before continuing on its way. No one knows what its purpose was or why it was walking down the road in the middle of the night, with absolutely no light source to guide its path. But as the strange video went viral, more questions about this spooky incident spread. Was this an encounter with a stranger not of this world? A humanoid creature failing miserably to blend in? Their complexion is quite odd, but it's possible this is an emaciated person who has recently taken a dust bath. But it's not uncommon in certain parts of India, and could explain the glowing appearance under the motorcycle's headlights. Number 4. A YouTube channel called Exploring the Unknown says they've never felt so scared during a paranormal investigation as they were during this one, which takes place in a haunted building known only as the Witch Room. Surrounded by paranormal equipment and creepy haunted dolls, it isn't long until they get a strong supernatural response that leaves them with a scared reaction.
Something feels, it feels really off in here, man. Really off. Steve! Oh my god, that just... Oh my god! Oh, that doll over there just fell down as well. Oh.
The two paranormal investigators later agree a ghost pushed him over, and as they're trying to piece together what just happened, they find a creepy clue on the ground.
How did she fall down? How did she fall down? No idea.
A doll with a witch face fell off the shelf, even though it was nowhere near the investigator at the time he was pushed. They find it strange how, of all items, the witch doll was the only one to move seemingly by itself. It could be a coincidence, but since this is called the witch room, maybe the ghost is using some clever symbolism to announce its presence. Or maybe they were just pretending to be shoved by a poltergeist. Number 3. A YouTuber named Darnell Matthews feels freaked out in his own house ever since he's caught a doll moving on video. He gets up to go to another room for a while, absent-mindedly leaving the camera on the counter. And in this moment, he just so happens to capture this creepy paranormal evidence on tape that he's afraid of and cannot explain. The doll's foot begins moving at first, and then its entire body shifts in what could be paranormal activity. I really hope that somebody was laying down on the sofa to move this doll with their hand. The fact you can't see the entire doll makes this home footage somewhat suspicious and possibly set up. But Darnell Matthews insists that this was a random chance encounter filmed at the right place at the right time. Take a look again. Do you believe what he says about this haunted toy being possessed? Number 2. If you've ever gone stomping around puddles when you were younger, and who hasn't, then this next video is really going to creep you out. Two wildlife experts struggle to remove a creature hidden underwater in a shallow ditch by the side of the road, right by a daycare center. The alligator was discovered by a daycare worker on Odell School Road in Virginia, who was startled by the 4-foot creature while crossing the street to check the mailbox. It's not full grown, but definitely big enough to drag someone young into a shallow grave. Thankfully, everyone at the daycare was kept under close supervision before this gator got a chance to make a meal out of anyone. Now that it's been relocated, hopefully no other gators come out of the swamp to take its place. Number 1. This video was taken on September 27th, 2007, in the early days of YouTube, before subscribers, recommended videos, and monetization. It was just you and the ghost. A man hyperventilates with fear as the lights in his kitchen begin turning on and off all on their own. He seems to have experienced plenty of paranormal activity and is completely on edge by the time the video begins, almost ready to scream. He looks down at the table in time to see his breakfast fall to the ground. More than 10 years later, this early viral video continues to get scared reactions as the spooky debate continues. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button and stick around for more of everything Bill knows.